Peace and light, family. It's me, Homes Go Hard from Homes Finds Freedom. In today's video, I'm going to explain how being homeless can actually help you prepare for an off-gridding, homesteading, self-sustainable lifestyle. I'm actually in front of one of my favorite homeless hangout spots, and that's Planet Fitness, and I will be explaining why in this video. If you're new to this channel, I'm an urban grower who quit his job, sold everything he owned to live a self-sustainable lifestyle, building community through agriculture in Mexico. So if any of that sounds interesting or of value and you want to support the work or the channel, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell button, and like. Now, when I say being homeless, I'm not necessarily saying that you have to live under a bridge, right? Now, you can definitely live in whatever comforts that you do have, but living in your truck, living in a tent, living in a van, a RV, a bus, anything that isn't traditionally a house could be considered homeless, even though a lot of people really soup up their RVs or their vans, would basically have all the amenities or luxuries that a regular house would have, so that can be considered a home. But even in those situations, there is still a lifestyle change that you have to get used to. I think one of the absolute best ways that being homeless can actually help you prepare for a self-sustainable off-gridding or homesteading lifestyle is that it conditions your mind, body, and spirit for a minimal lifestyle with less luxuries or comforts that we normally have and a lot of times take for granted, like hot water, electricity, a refrigerator, things like that. So a lot of times we like the idea of living self-sustainably. We can make our own rules, but there's a lot of unrealistic thoughts that may come to it, like you have to grow your own food, you have to take a shower, find a shower. A lot of times the water might not be cold. How do you refrigerate or even warm up your food? So these are things that being homestead, this is a natural lifestyle of somebody being homeless. So it kind of relates, in my opinion, the homestead, the off-grid living, and being homeless. For example, when you're on the homestead or you just get to some piece of a land, it'd be a great luxury if the land came with a shelter or a house, but most times it doesn't. Or if you are traveling on a budget like myself and maybe you just have enough money for land, you don't have money to build a house yet, shelter is one of your main concerns. So if you're homeless, living in a tent or living in your vehicle can get you used to being uncomfortable, maybe like when you're sleeping at night, if you're used to sleeping on a bed, or if you're used to sleeping with AC if it's really hot, or heater if it's really cold. Getting used to these things, maybe sleeping a lot lighter if it's really hot, and using a lot more blankets if it's really cold, which I actually had to do inside my truck. These are things that's going to prepare you for this real life, off-grid, self-sustainable living. Another reason or example how being homeless can help prepare you for an off-gridding, self-sustainable lifestyle is food. What do you do with food? So when you're homeless, you don't have a refrigerator or have places to store your food. And in a lot of cases, that's the same thing on a off-grid, self-sustainable lifestyle, right? Okay, you can grow your food, but where you're going to store it, or you have your food, but how you're going to heat it up. A microwave is kind of unrealistic being used in a more self-sustainable lifestyle. Even if you had a solar power unit or even a generator, a microwave takes a lot of power out. So things like a cooler is going to be your go-to. Switching or interchanging ice in your cooler to keep your food cool, your drinks, and certain things that you would want to preserve. Another reason why being homeless can prepare you from an off-gridding or self-sustainable homesteading lifestyle, and I just realized it now, and the reason why I had to move my setup was privacy and safety. So when you're homeless, I mean, basically you're going to public spaces, and when you are on the homestead, even if it is your private property, especially if you're not in a house, you can have that sense of lack of security. Like anybody can pull up on you. Even sleeping in my car, you know, sometimes I have those nights where you're like, wow, anybody can just come and, you know, try to open the door, or maybe trying to pull a gun on me. And these are things that can mentally prepare yourself before you go into the homestead or off-grid lifestyle in the middle of nowhere, and where snakes, tarantulas, and bugs are real, right? So this is a good way how to prepare yourself initially, mentally and psychologically. Two of the most obvious reasons on maybe how being homeless can relate to a homesteading or off-grid self-sustainable lifestyle is most times you do not have power, electricity, or water in both situations. And that's why Planet Fitness is one of my favorite homeless hangouts, because not only can I get a good workout in, but they have pretty nice showers. So that's actually where I take my showers, where I brush my teeth, will be at my fitness center. And for a $10 monthly membership, you cannot beat that. But on the homestead, if you want to have access to water, you might either need to have a well already there, or set up some kind of rain catchment system so you can collect the rainwater when it rains. And as far as heating it up, you can always boil some water and then take that boiling water and put it maybe inside a 5-gallon bucket. And if you had a portable showering system, which I plan on getting, they sell them for about 50 bucks on Amazon, then you would always have access to a shower and water. As far as on the electrical side, currently right now when I'm living inside my truck, I charge all of my electronics, my phone, my cameras, anything I need through the USB out of my truck, coming outside of my truck. On the homesteading, I plan to get some solar generators that I can be able to power or recharge my small appliances or electronics that I may have. I know for a lot, having these luxuries or these common comforts are very hard to live without. But for me, that is very exciting and fulfilling, being able to live a self-sustainable lifestyle and a minimalist lifestyle, and really be appreciating the little things in life, and being able to have the time to invest in my self-love and my self-care, into learning how to take care of myself using everything that God and the land has given us. So those are the major reasons why I believe being homeless can prepare you for an off-grid homesteading minimalist lifestyle. Is conditioning your mind, body, and spirit to unlearn or be accustomed to not having luxuries and comforts that we are so used to having, like electricity, like water, or even hot water. So those are my reasons. If you liked any of this content, and if you see yourself as community, we call community tribe, and true tribe likes and subscribe. As always, peace, love, and abundance, family.